you and I have just had a bit of a giggle. I wanted to call this episode Poos and Wees.
We're trying to keep this community friendly.
Well, it's how many little nephews and nieces have you had running around and going Poos and Wees, Poos and Wees? I've had 5 kids. We've had the whole Poos and Wees argument. It is kind of funny but sad at the same time. But it's also something that people are demanding information.
Yes, let me read some of the comments.
Well, let's come back one step. What are we talking about, first of all, Mr. Chan, the Monaro's premier journalist?
Thank you.
Who actually gets to the nub of the issue. It's a boil water alert for Jindabyne's town water and Berrydale and Calcite. And
Leesville and the
Leesville
station
and the station. And here's the thing. Jindabyne people, Berrydale people, like this area people, the people here, they're really good at boiling their water when they get boil water alerts. Like, they're really good at it. They're so practiced. They're so disciplined. Now, I haven't just brought council into disrepute. I've actually just stated a very clear fact. And the reason I say that is because there have been lots of boil water alerts for this area. Let's be honest.
Let me read the actual quote from the council. It says, in consultation with New South Wales Health, council has implemented this boil water due to recent weather conditions, creating high levels of turbidity, a technical term meaning cloudy, dirty-looking water in Lake Jindabyne. So it sounds like it's a natural phenomenon. Sounds like it. Now,
I couldn't possibly comment one way or the other, Chris. I mean, yes, it does exactly sound.
I want to quote from, because I'm not saying this. This is what the community said. Somebody by the name of Brent Honeyman has put out his comment.
Jindabyne Notice Board, which is like the only way to get to the truth in this area is go to Jindabyne Notice Board.
So Brent Honeyman has commented, boiling water does not remove turbidity, suspended solids. The truth ain't being told here. So what's the truth? What's the truth in your opinion?
I couldn't possibly comment.
Mr. Thaler, not Councillor Thaler. Mr. Thaler, what would be your opinion?
Thaler. Turds or turbidity? That is the question. Whether it's nobler of the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune or of an outrageous misquotation. Turds or turbidity? The thing is, there's a similarity. Solids. Turds are solids, and you're supposed to filter the solids out in a sewage treatment plant and let the cleaned water go through, usually through an ultraviolet filtration and sterilisation light to kill off the pathogens. The reason you boil water is to kill pathogens. Pathogens don't fall from the sky. Clouds don't fall from the sky. We don't really have solids up in the clouds. So,
well, what you've said is very similar to what this comment from Jono McDonald says, which was, boiling water does not remove turbidity. What an incorrect statement. Turbidity is suspended solids. You only boil water on a rolling boil to kill pathogens. So tell the truth, Snowy Monaro Regional Council. What has actually happened? Time to be honest with the people. That's the quote from Jono McDonald.
And can I share a simple observation? I've been suspended for 5 months for telling the truth. Sigh. Hashtag sigh. Like, it's a painful business, this truth business.
It is. I think you get in trouble for telling the truth sometimes.
But you know what? That's our job. That was the oath that I gave to the people of Snowy Monaro. And I'll be back in a couple of weeks. So there's a couple of ways to address this problem. And yeah, we can sit around and laugh about it because you're on tank water.
I'm on rainwater. I don't have any turbidity issues.
And I'm on tank water at Jindabyne because we can't drink Jindabyne's water because of the turbidity. And the turbidity is limescale and bore. It's bore water and it's full of minerals. I mean, I've said this before. If we clean the shower and made the shower glass clean, one person has a shower, you can write your name in the calcium chalk dust on the glass from just one person having a shower, and the water evaporates. The glass is white. That's how bad our water is.
It's good for bone development, I hear.
Oh, yeah, I suppose, if you drink it.
Now, there's also a comment by SJ Joint which says, we, which I assume Jindabyne people, we pay incredible rates and then have to put up with this, I can't say that word, that poop, multiple times a year. Absolute disgrace.
Well, that's why I said Jindabyne people are excellent at boiling water. They've just boil water, guys. Yep, no worries. They know. Jindabyne people know. Come on.
Okay, so seriously, there are two running theories that I've heard that it's, and I'm not making any claims. I'm just saying that I've heard these two theories that it's possible that the Perisher is possibly leaking sewage through plant
not
operations.
Again.
What do you mean not again?
Well, I have been here 20 years, and I've heard this story a couple of times. And look, I'm a bit of a fan of the internet, so if I type in a question, does the Perisher sewage treatment plant leak? And Google AI says, yes, the Perisher sewage treatment plant has leaked or discharged toxic sewage in the past. In 2017, the New South Wales Office of Environment and Heritage was fined for discharging, they find themselves because they're the regulator, was fined for discharging sewage into nearby waters. And in 2019, a related plant at Charlotte Pass was fined for leak into Spencer's Creek. And then, of course, last year in 2024, the Charlotte Pass sewage treatment plant caught fire and burnt to the ground. So there's a history. And if you look, there's
alleged history. There's an alleged history. We're not making any statements, are we?
It's not alleged history. It's
fact.
Australian Broadcasting Corporation, ABC, news article dated 11 December 2019, New South Wales Environment Department fined for polluting ski resort creek, again.
You can't make this stuff up.
Well, no, and I shouldn't be prosecuted or destroyed or pilloried or attacked or what have you, because it's more than just a fair, reasonable opinion that I hold. I read the news. I digest the news. I'm not an idiot. I can just type in Perisher sewage treatment plant into my phone, Google, and there's a list of articles that come up. And I type it into my computer. And then the next question, which I typed as I was setting up, was, does boiling water destroy the solids?
Can you please be clear when you say solids? What are you
referring to?
Well,
the solids that the council are telling us are in the town drinking water. Now, it's not, a wee is not solid, but a poo is, generally. Not all. Good curry stops it being a solid.
Okay, so...
Now, hang on.
Okay.
The AI overview, it says, so does boiling water destroy the solids? Now, you read our comments and people are going, that's bullshit. And this one says, no, boiling water does not destroy solids.
Well, it's not bull.
It actually leaves them behind, sometimes in higher concentrations. While boiling kills bacteria, viruses, and other microorganisms, it does not remove dissolved solids, heavy metals, or chemicals, which can become more concentrated as water evaporates. Some methods, like boiling in a glass or a stainless steel pot and then letting it cool, can help remove microplastics as they bind to mineral deposits that then settle on the bottom. So boiling does not solve a turbidity problem. It just cleans the turbidity. So let's say there's a little microorganism. It could be a cryptosporidium, it could be a legionella, it could be E. coli. They're hitching a ride on a piece of turbidity. You boil it and you'll kill them. But there's something missing from this conversation, and that's called the truth. There's two ways this problem can eventuate. Sewage plants not being run optimally, and there is substantial history to that very issue. And the other reason is that you don't run your water treatment plant properly.
Well, that's what I wanted to get to. Isn't it the job of the Snowy Monaro Regional Council to ensure that its water treatment plant, which is located in Jindabyne, filters out this turbidity before it goes to the ratepayer?
Yes, it is. And we only have to go and talk to some of our choppers down in Bombala and ask them about their water treatment woes. They've got a brand new plant. They're very happy now. They have a brand new plant because the old one was not very good. Now, the old one was an old style. They use a material called alum, which is aluminium sulfate. So it's a cloudy, it's like cotton wool suspended in water. This alum forms this flocculant, and it just hangs in the water like a cloud. And the water is brought into the bottom of the clarifier, and it's distributed across the bottom of the clarifier, and it flows up through the cloud. And as the turbidity
Interacts with
the alum, the alum has a charge. I'm trying to remember which one's negative, which one's positive, but there's a bit of a mechanical
it binds with the flocculant,
binding magnetic effect, and the flocculant gets heavier and heavier and heavier, and it sinks to the bottom, and you periodically draw that off. It goes to your sludge pond,
ensuring that the consumer doesn't drink the turbidity.
Yeah, well, you want to stop the turbidity from escaping, so it's a turbidity prison. And then the clear water overflows the top of the calorifier, or the clarifier, sorry, and you end up with clear water. Now, if you run that too fast, or you have a pump failure, or aeration is a real bastard because it'll stir up the cotton wool, that'll overcome the lip of the clarifier, and that cotton woolly kind of stuff, like fairy floss, shoots off through the water pipes. And that's what was happening, as I understand it, in Bombala. The flocculant was being dragged through council's water pipes, and it was pulling mud off the pipes and then turning up like turds in your sink water and in your washing machine, and people had stained clothes and stained sheets. So that was operational problems or challenges with a very old plant. My impression was operated in excess of what it was designed to do as populations have grown since it was built in 1950. So I would ask the question, is the Jindabyne plant, which is new, is it being operated properly? There's another problem which, as a councillor, we did try to address in asking questions. There's traditional alum and there's a polymer replacement which is cheaper, but it's more floaty, and it's a worse product to manage because it doesn't hold in the clarifier as well because it's lighter, it's a polymer, it's more floaty. So if we're using the cheaper product and not managing our water levels, and look, I've spoken to various water plant operators over time. I've got a lot more knowledge than I'm actually sharing because I'm not an expert. If we don't manage it properly, that is another reason why you have turbidity or solids in your water. Boiling that is just making it clean.
Cleaning somebody else's turbidity. But I suppose this dovetails into the larger discussion regarding the fluoride treatment as well. Because if you can't even manage basic turbidity, then how are you going to trust, this region to manage, or those responsible to manage something that requires fairly delicate measurements in terms of fluoride administration?
Mate, that is the question. It's one of the reasons I'm a councillor, was to try to build back better, trying to put staff in. We had, through the IP&R, Integrated Planning and Reporting meetings throughout the early part of this year and November of last year, and we had presentations from the business unit managers. So we had the water and wastewater fellow come, and he told us that he'd moved his family down from memory. It was Byron Bay, I think he's come from, because he wanted to be with the ski fields. And so this is a bloke that's professional and qualified and committed, right? He's not just coming for the winter. He's moved his family here. He's invested in our region. Didn't last 10 months in the job. Quit.
Any reason why?
I know the reasons why, but again, I'd probably get accused of a code of conduct, but he was not able to do the job the way it should have been done, would be one way of saying it. Now, that's what I was told, not just by him, but by others. So he was the manager, managing a team, but they couldn't even keep a team. And the reason why Jindabyne, and we've gone over this in public discussions, and there's no code of conduct raised over that because it was factual. So I rely on that point here now. We haven't been fluoridating the water in Jindabyne because we don't have anybody to do that. You have to be qualified. We can't keep anyone in the job. So that goes exactly to your question. I keep getting complaints and pilloried by the Office of Local Government, telling the truth. And we've got crucial public health matters now. Was the turbidity issue just something that we discovered the other day, or has it been in place for months?
It just seems to have floated down the river.
Oh, well, maybe it did.
I want to get off this distasteful topic.
Well, the water in it tastes better.
Now, have you heard about the $40 million deficit?
Well, let's do that in a second, Chad. Let's just keep this as the poos and wees chat. I've actually got a quick call I've got to make.
Okay.
So we'll
take that.
Turn this into the poos and wees chat. Thank you to the people commenting on the Jindabyne notice board. I was a bit facetious that it is a pillar of truth. There is always truth in everything, but keep the comments going. The start point for this council is very low, very low. They didn't tell us that they'd stopped fluoridating the water, by the way. We found out that by accident when we were talking about the survey of the community of Bombala, whether they should resume fluoridating, because they haven't been fluoridating for 8 years either. And that only arose when we were asking questions. What is the actual fluoride level that we're using? What is the chemical? And what is the background fluoride level in our water so that we can calculate, do we already have natural fluoride, which in a lot of cases we do. And then the comment was made, we aren't fluoridating in Jindabyne, and everyone was horrified. What? We said, yeah, there's no one to do it. So it's only through this process of asking questions that we get to the truth. The truth will always protect you. And I think that in our second chat, we'll dive into what's going on with the OLG and the issues. It's the truth that's going to protect me, despite all the shit that's been thrown at me by the government. And it's really funny that the harder we push, the harder the job feels, but then other people step up.
You can't keep a good man down. The truth's gonna catch ya. It's coming around. Hold on, it's on its way. Bye, gang, it's time you go away. You can't freeze the voice of the Monaro. We rise from the frost with fire in our marrow.
Yo, freedom of speech, that's the base of the stack. If we ain't got that, we ain't ever coming back. Thomas J said it, liberty fades when press gets pressed and truth gets caged. Now they say confidence build a town, but confidence in clowns just brings us down. Call it My Little Pony Council vibes. Glitter talking while a region dives. Only 3% said council's tight. The rest can smell that something not right. Roads, rubbish, rates and rage. They feed us spin, we feed the page, yeah.
You can't keep a good man down. The truth's gonna catch ya. It's coming around. Hold on, it's on its way. Bye, gang, it's time you go away. You can't freeze the voice of the Monaro. We rise from the frost with fire in our marrow.
Now let's talk real. Sonia Kylie, rolling two, Kuma tank glue, but the facts withheld from view. Michelago fam got shut down, questions ignored. Silence in this ghost town, Peter got a court win, now they punish the dude. Blocking emails, no response, just legal feud. Supreme Court, that's your rate cash flying when they could've just said sorry, but now they lying. A scuffle in chambers, they caught it on cam, but no one charged, like it's all a scam. Labor gals play tough as they duck and weave, while truth gets buried like autumn leaves.
You can't keep a good man down. The truth's gonna catch ya, catch ya. It's coming around. Hold on, it's on its way. Bye bye gang, it's time you go away. You can't freeze the voice of the Monaro. We rise from the frost with fire in our marrow.
They shut down our posts, deleted the feed, all cause we asked who's planting the seed. 3 houses, 1 street, too close to the core. They said shh, we said let's explore. We just locals with a cam and a cause, but we write hard, now they reach for the claws. From trolls in town to Parliament flags, still we stand. Truth never takes a step back. Don't need a budget, don't need a boss. We got heart and we bear the cross. So rise with us, don't stay afraid. Monaro strong when truth is played.
You can't keep a good man down. The truth's gonna catch ya, catch ya. It's coming around. Hold on, it's on its way. Bye bye gang, it's time you go away. You can't